Kenei actually, even before she started the Glutton, at the back of it already she had so many things going on, food also, and she's very artistic. Please share that part of it to us. I mean, especially in the interest of the younger viewers, maybe. I mean, I myself want to learn. I always followed, and it's really inspiring. So
Thank you. It was barely maybe like a year after I graduated, I started doing pop-ups in Night Bazaar. I was lucky enough to collaborate with Big Bites as well. I really wanted to see if people will like the food before I actually invested in business. I think it's really important to have dreams, but I think it's also really important to be realistic. You have to know that there is an audience for whatever you're providing, because you need to know if people are going to come to your business, or else it's a huge investment. So I think you need to be smart and very realistic about it. So I was collaborating, I was doing Hornbill, Night Bazaar. I was very lucky to be given the opportunities that I was given, and obviously social media has helped me a lot as well.
Welcome everyone to the 5th episode of our talk show series called Novo Symposium, organized by Highland Dawn Media for entrepreneurs of Nagaland and Northeast India. Today we are indeed excited to have this group of entrepreneurs, including a seasoned entrepreneur and 4 other upcoming entrepreneurs of Kohima, Nagaland. Thank you all for coming. Today, as our guest, who will take the role of mentor and guide for our discussion, is the seasoned entrepreneur, Lichan Humtsoe. He's the established serial entrepreneur and CEO and founder of the Eatery Coffee Roasters. He's married to Adeno and blessed with 3 kids, a daughter and 2 sons. Lichan's story is indeed amazing. How, even without any help from the family, any help from external sources, without any help from the government, God has enabled him to start his business in 2016, I believe, with only 6,000-7,000 rupees. And later on, 8 years later, they have earned revenue of nearly 3.4 crores on their annual revenue. It's an amazing story. I'm sure we'll get to know more about his story as well as other businesses he has. And Eatery Coffee is now the first and oldest specialty coffee roasting company from Northeast India, operating in 8 areas, I believe. Thank you so much once again, Lichan. And he told me that his expertise actually is on building and managing a small company. That is local company entrepreneurship, right?
Sure.
So he will be guiding each and every one of us throughout the discussion. And number 2 is Anything Coffee from research and education site. And so for our talk show today, once again, we have our 4 upcoming entrepreneurs. They are mostly from the food industry, and they have their own cafes and restaurant. So today we'll introduce ourselves, share our stories, your businesses, and we would like to discuss how we could possibly improve, flourish, strengthen, grow our businesses also, as we discuss. And after that, we strategize the possible solutions of your issues, our problems, if possible. And so now, back to the show, one by one, let us all introduce ourselves here. So right now for our talk show, let's start with Vime Tsurho. She helps run the Rendervous, a well-established Kohima family-run restaurant. She is just starting out in entrepreneurship business and trying to learn as much as she can from each experience that comes through. So thank you for coming. Introduce yourself further and say anything I've missed out.
Okay, I'm Vime Tsurho. I'm just about starting out and I don't really have any idea how to go about it. I'm just trying to learn as much as I can while I'm here. Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to hearing everything you guys have to say.
Thank you. Next to her, we have Megosa Mor. He's the proprietor of Local Harvest, a community kitchen dedicated to serving seasonal, locally sourced Naga food. And guided by his faith and commitment to sustainability, he works closely with local farmers and supports organic practices and promotes wholesome traditional meals within the community. Thank you for coming, Megosa.
Please thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, so my name is Megosa, and I'm running a place called the Local Harvest, where we try to promote local food, local cuisine. And yes, at the most, not just one tribe, but we are trying to cover every tribe as much as possible. So that's the basic gist of it. Thank you.
Cool. Next, we have Kenei Metha. She's a cafe owner and a creative who enjoys bringing people together and meaningful experiences. Her cafe is called Glutton, sometimes Eatery, and she also helps out other cafes with simple menu ideas. Thank you for coming, Kenei. Please fill in anything I may have missed.
Thanks for having me. My name is Kenei Metha. I'm the proprietor of Glutton Eatery in Kohima. Yeah.
Thank you. Next to her, we have Peteneinuo Saleh, and she is an entrepreneur with a passion for community and adventure. She runs a coffee shop, 90s Brew, interestingly just next to our studio, and we have been availing of our cafe and the taste of her coffee, serving specialty brews, snacks, and warm vibes. She also runs a small outdoor camping gear rental business. On Sundays, she teaches the church Sunday school. And Peteneinuo is a graduate of University of Mumbai with a master's degree in civics and politics. Please.
Thank you for having me. I'm Peteneinuo Saleh, and I'm an entrepreneur. I run a coffee shop, 90s Brew, and also I run a camping gear outdoor rental business called Urban Nomad, operating in Dimapur and Kohima.
Thank you all for introducing yourselves, and I've already introduced Lichan.
Yeah, first off, I'm really grateful for giving me the chance to be sitting here and sharing thoughts with my fellow entrepreneurs. And you could be the host, and you've been putting me on the spot as a mentor, but actually I also look forward to learning a couple of 2 cents from you as well and from our fellow entrepreneurs. So really grateful to be part of this show. Yeah, thank you.
Great, thank you all. Our first question is, and I throw it to all of us, what inspired you to start your venture, and how did your journey into the food space begin?
For our restaurant, The Rendezvous, it started with my parents. They started it together, my mom and dad. So they named it The Rendezvous, which is French for the meeting place. And they wanted it to be a place for young people to be able to hang out, because back then we didn't have a lot of that. So that was what they intended. And the food is very inspired by things my dad wanted to share as well to people. So that's it, yeah.
Very interesting. In fact, because they started early, they were one of the early hotels, restaurants in Kohima. And we had one of our first talk shows called Dating and Relationships in the Rendezvous.
Wow.
So yeah, it's such a great thing. We'll show it in the video also.
Oh, okay.
So Megosa,
Okay, so what inspired the local harvest is me, myself, and my lady wife. We are both into local food. We are not so much into Chinese or anything like that. So whenever we want to eat out, there's no proper place to go and find local food. So we thought, why don't we just start one? So that's where the inspiration came from. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where the inspiration came.
That's right. Local food is healthier and it's better for us. We are more accustomed to it. But even other people are getting a taste for Naga food. So hopefully it's coming up. So should we start next with Lichan, or is it Kenei? Kenei, right?
Okay. My journey began very young. I remember, we had like this mock interview test when I was in class 8. And I had told my English teacher that I was going to open a cafe one day.
Oh, wow.
And that just kind of stuck. And I just, I never really strayed from that path. This is a work of passion. Like, it's still a very long journey ahead, and I just started. So, yeah, just learning as I go. Yeah.
That's great to know.
Being a coffee lover myself, and I love to try different coffee varieties. That has led me to business ideas, and so it was a perfect blend for me. A passion for great coffee on one hand, and wanting to create a space for people to come in and just unwind their day after a long day. So that was the intention. starting this coffee shop.
And I think indeed that is what is happening. Your
Yeah.
vision is coming through,
Yes.
and we hope that it'll be like that way for all of us. And the next question is, what drew you to create your restaurant, the cafe, the way it is today? So in terms of Vime, perhaps that was set up by your parents, but is there anything you are working towards, perhaps to make it more relevant to the customers of today?
I've been trying to host various events and just kind of changing up the decor a little bit. I want them to be able to take pictures as well, because I know that's something that's very important to all of us, because now it's so accessible as well to be able to take pictures anywhere, and I don't think that was something that was on my parents' mind, at least at the start. But that's something that I've been thinking about, and just trying to create a friendly environment so everybody can enjoy, of course I think we are very based on our loyal customer bases, but a lot of the younger people as well have been coming in a little more because of the events, which I think I'm like stoked about, although it's not as much as maybe I would have hoped at the start, but I think I'm pretty happy with the progress that it's making as well, and just working on that.
What kind of events? if I may?
Theme weeks. So every 2 months we're hosting theme weeks. So we hosted a friendship week and then a Halloween week, and then we'll be going on to host a Christmas event as well. So that'll be towards the middle of December-ish, yeah. So
I think in terms of picture, your parents had kept a really big mithun head or something.
oh,
you know?
yes, that's
So that is amazing. I mean,
I don't know where my father found it, but he was so excited to bring that, and then he had it decorated. His friend did the decoration for the backing. So he commissioned his friend, and he was like, he wanted to share that with everybody, because there's a part of him that was so excited to share our culture as well, as much as he was wanting to share other people's food to our people. So yeah, I think that's one thing you can take pictures with if you come.
so I mean, that is one theme, but connected to that, are there any artifacts which you're keeping?
Most of the restaurant is decorated by said artist. Yeah, so
Okay.
all the decor and everything was hand carved by him, and
By the artist.
by the artist. Yeah, my dad had a friend who was a sculptor, so he was super excited to be able to use his resources as well. And he's like, can you do this? And they both planned together. And one day I came home because I was actually outside studying. I'm like, this looks different. Like, am I coming to the wrong place? But yeah, I think that was something my dad was super excited about. So we still hold to that. Yeah.
Wow.
Great.
I mean, sometimes it's easier to start from the scratch than already there's a philosophy going on in the art form. And for you to come with a fresh new idea of, depending on also what's trending now, must have been a bit of a challenge.
It's definitely quite daunting because I'm bringing up all these ideas, but I don't want to isolate our older customer bases because they have been coming for a long time and they expect a certain thing as well. So I like, even with the Halloween event, I was pretty scared to put that into action. So I didn't go overboard with the decorations and stuff because I'm somebody that actually loves horror, but I did not step into that. So, yeah, just making sure that it's still family friendly, because I think our restaurant is, it started off with youngsters, but a lot of those youngsters grew up to have their own families, and so now we cater to that family kind of theme in our restaurant. Yeah,
It's indeed interesting, and we older generation people, we've been to the restaurant, we know how it was, and then now it'll be improving, and surely you're going to get newer customers, clients. Wish you the best. And Megosa, is there anything based on the question?
What drew me, I think, would be similar to what inspired me. More than the inspiration of what drew me is also we have so many health issues now. So I think if we look at food and health, our food like you mentioned earlier, it's healthier. And so I think to keep our health intact, I think we should come back to our own local food again, come back to our own selves. And also whenever we go out after I had kids, it's very difficult to cater to kids also, as in like when we have to change something. It's not easy, so we wanted our restaurant also to be family friendly. So it's not just about decorations also, but we want it to be more accommodating for kids also. So we also have a small play area for kids and also a small room for nursing mothers to have their own privacy. So yeah, that we still have to do more, but just the basic thing that we have. So those are all what drew to the making of the local harvest. Yeah.
Am I allowed to ask questions?
Please, please.
I mean,
break in anytime.
It's the question is
Anytime.
just because I want to learn from him, because they have done an amazing job to inculcate the traditional touch into the modern trend. Everything is Instagrammable, and that's what we've been seeing. And I think business do really well if it's that. So for you, how did you handle to? I can see the way you've done the platter also very colorful, and it's not like huge. So you can have a small bite also. You can go for a bigger chunk as well. That's what I saw, right? So how did you overcome the barrier of the traditional style of doing it and marry into the new way of doing things? I mean, I'm always curious to learn from you.
Yeah, I don't know whether I thought of that. Actually, I haven't thought of that also.
Wow.
Yeah, but then maybe just through customer preferences.
Okay.
So some ask for smaller, some ask for. So I think so that we had to balance them. So maybe yeah. So.
And what are all those colorful food that you do?
Those were desserts. Yes,
Yes,
desserts. Yeah,
desserts.
desserts. So it's not made by us. It's not in
Oh,
house. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
But we ordered from another person
Okay.
who does that. So we thought of since ours is a local harvest, we are also trying to help promote our local people. So
wow.
we thought we can also promote the desert filled with millet and sesame seeds. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
We had that during I think Valentine's Day week.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
I saw.
yes.
In fact, talking in terms of health, because I knew he had millet and the other one joktier, so I was trying to order something, but he said they don't prepare it. It's not available today, right? So anyway, that's I thought we'll enjoy that.
Oh,
So anyways.
okay.
Yeah, I think Kenei, what drew you to create your cafe the way it is today?
I think my cafe reflects everything that I love. Aesthetic-wise, I wanted it to feel like home. If you look at it, every corner of the cafe has a personal touch. My friends and family were very involved in it. So, my friends, they came over and they helped me paint the walls actually. And so every part of the cafe has their own personal touch. So it really is a culmination of everything that I love and everyone that I love. And over the years, it's kind of grown organically, and it's changed, based off my own experiences and my own growth. Yeah.
So which year, if I may, which year did you start it?
2022, towards the end, October. So it's just been a few years.
Kenei eventually, even before she started the Glutton, at the back of it already she had so many things going on, food also, and she's very artistic. Please share that part of it to us. I mean, especially in the interest of the younger viewers, maybe. I mean, I myself want to learn. I always followed, and it's really inspiring. So
Thank you. I mean, it was barely maybe like a year after I graduated, I started doing pop-ups. In my bazaar, I was lucky enough to collaborate with Big Bites as well. I really wanted to see if people will like the food before I actually invested in business. I think it's really important to
That's a key point.
have dreams, but I think it's also really important to be realistic. You have to know that there is an audience for whatever you're providing, because you need to know if people are going to come to your business, or else it's a huge investment. So I think you need to be smart and very realistic about it. So I was collaborating, I was doing Hornbill, Night Bazaar. I was very lucky to be given the opportunities that I was given, and obviously social media has helped me a lot. So, yeah, so.
We wish we had mentor like her.
Customer and client research and
I mean,
all this.
testing
But,
the market.
Without even doing business studies and all, you were able to do all that, you know. And also if I may, did you have any training in the food industry?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's all-
it's all just passion. Like I was very obsessed with it.
Wow.
So
What about design and art form? Where does it come from for you?
I've always been into art. I love painting.
Oh.
Yeah, I love reading, cooking, you know, creating. I've been lucky enough to work with very creative people and photographers as well. And I did a little modeling here and there. And it's like really inspired, you know,
Okay.
to be around very creative people. Definitely helped me with the design and stuff. Yeah.
Right. I'm talking a lot, but this section I'm personally
Sure,
interested to
please.
learn from them.
Anytime.
I mean, a lot of people who have been into art form, and also end up in food industry, and they do pretty well in terms of how they represent their business, their brand. And I think Glutton is also one reflection of that art form in the food in itself. It's okay, the culinary side of it is one big part of it, but also the artistic side of it. So yeah, it's really inspiring already. And so for you, I mean, almost like going back to the previous question, but where did you draw your inspiration, the art form? Where you said you did modeling, you did work with a photographer. Where does all this come for you?
I mean, I've always been like that, you know.
Okay.
Growing up, and my teachers would always say I'm very creative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm very obsessed
Oh.
with art.
Okay.
I love art.
Okay.
So that definitely played a huge role. Yeah.
Talking in terms of family, you know, like Vime has said that her parents had an influence. So did your parents or your uncles, anybody have any entrepreneurial?
No, we actually don't come from any, you know, business line. My mom and dad were government servants, and to be very honest, like our family is not very much into food. Like we're not foodies at all. So it's very different. When I was younger, you know, I would tell my mom about starting a cafe, whatever, and she would entertain it. You know, she thought it was just a childish wish. And as I got older, she started getting, you know, more frowns. And I mean, she was very supportive. But yeah, we don't come from a line of.
Okay. Some people do have that as an advantage. Like, I mean, perhaps Vime has that advantage, but sure, fine. And Peteneinuo, what drew you to create your cafe the way it is?
So, being a coffee lover again, and having an experience with family business, it drew me to choose a career path that combining the two, and that has led me to the opening of the coffee shop. Similarly with Urban Nomad also, I love to travel, I love nature. That has gave me inspiration to run a camping gears outdoor business, and where other travel enthusiasts or nature lovers can come and rent and share the same interests. Yeah. So something I love that I'm putting it into business also.
If I may, you started both these enterprises at the same time, or is it?
No, different. Urban Nomad started in 2022, and Brew is very recent this year.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anything you would like to add to that, Lichan?
I mean, for her, I've always seen her even taking care of her parents' business. I mean, would you want to share a little bit to us?
That
about
would
it?
be great. I mean,
Yeah.
that means at least you have experience, right?
Experience is one thing, sir, and another thing is it takes a lot of a person to be out there like a sales girl.
That's right.
You know,
That's
it is not often very prestigious to be doing a smaller job
That's
under
right.
someone, especially under your parents, and I mean under the glory of somebody else's, under shadow of somebody else's glory. Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is something I always appreciated about her. Although we don't know each other, no acquaintances, but you know, that part I always appreciated. So you want to share something about that to us?
So after completing my master's, I came home and I was taking care of my mom's business. It's a hardware store, and because of that, I could learn a lot about business, accounting, management, work ethics. So I'm new to the coffee field now, coffee industry, but I'm not very new to business. Yeah, so that experience has really helped me in opening my coffee shop, working under my mom. She's really strict, very resilient, and I've learned a lot from her. Strong, independent woman who started a cement shop in the heart of Kohima back then in 1987. So I think she was one of the first to start something like that.
Wow.
So I've learned a lot from her. Yeah. So even today, these experiences really helped me. Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who are privileged to have parents' business going on. But also, don't you think there's also a social challenge? Like your peers and your classmates after the college are running after some shiny careers, and you had to go back to that corner. I'm not saying it's nothing small about it. In fact, it's very inspiring. It's really big, but
That's right.
I tried a few exams also. I think I gave once, NPSC I gave once, but I felt like it was not my calling. So I entered into business, and till now there is no regrets. Yeah, even if my friends are going for other jobs, I feel like this field is for me.
Awesome.
yeah.
In fact, we can see and observe, being neighbors, that you are doing good, and more customers are coming. And in fact, the location is also very nice. And these days, I mean, parking is a big issue, right? If you have parking, if you have good space, then really, I mean, you have got it made almost. You know, it's coming up. People, the community is getting to know about it. So I can see positive future for the cafe. Before we go to the next question, is there anything any of you would like to say? Any questions? If not, I'll go to the next question. How would you describe your restaurant's or cafe's food identity, and how do your creative interests shape its atmosphere? I think it's a bit similar to the earlier question, but if you would like to share.
Actually, when I was planning to start taking care of the restaurant, I was telling my mom, we probably should cut down on the menu because there's a lot, and it's difficult to constantly be prepping for all those things as well. But my mom pointed out to me that our customers have been coming for a very long time, and so there are certain people that want specific things, and so as to not isolate them from not being able to access that, we can't really cut down on the menu. But I think something we're trying to pay more attention to is perhaps the aesthetics a little bit, because I don't really think that was at the forefront of people's minds when we started off, and sometimes it's our cooks have been with us for a very long time, so it's hard to be able to articulate that to them as well. But because I'm a lot younger than a lot of them, so I don't know how to come across well to people as well. So I try, but I also back off when I get intimidated as well. So, but yeah, I think we're just trying new things out for now. Just trying some things that perhaps will take some time to change, but yeah, hopefully there will be change.
But it is changing, right? Because see, our people for ages we've been stuck with momo and chow and these common items, right? Still you must be having it, but still then you can see a change, right? Or what do you say? Preferred foods, perhaps.
preferred foods at our restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess people are venturing out to try the Indian food a lot more now compared to before, because before I think it was only a very niche group that wanted to have like the dosas or the puris also for that matter, but now there's like a lot more people that are willing to try it, and they'll look at it and they're like, oh, okay, I didn't know you guys serve this or something like that, and so they'll be willing to try it a bit more. Yeah, so I guess that is a change.
Yeah, Megosa, would you have any comments?
So, food identity is to promote local food. Through our local harvest, we want to also promote slow food culture. Yes, I think that is also gaining ground now. So just to slow down a bit in your life, try to relax, and not stress out too much. So I think we want to communicate that through our food, but I don't know how to go about that. But then just to promote slow culture again. Back when we were kids, life was not very fast, but now it's very fast. So just wanted to take things to keep a notch down again. So yeah,
Sure.
yeah. That is also part of our idea, part of what inspires us to go with our menu also. Yeah. But I think with everyone busy now, I think it's not easy to fully go into that. But hopefully, people will but start to understand what we stand for. Yeah.
Well, you're talking about the culture, and so do you use music also in your ambience as an ambience or not?
We do play soft music, slow
Alright,
music, yes.
alright.
Then just slow jazz music.
Sure, sure.
So we feel that it goes well with our theme also, our idea. So those are the kind of music we usually play.
All right. Anybody else using music?
We do.
I think pretty much everyone.
I think everyone's
Oh, pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can talk a little bit about that also, or you can mention something about it. I'm sure it helps with ambience
Please.
and
ambience also, and for us, the choice of music we chose is also not those songs which have fast beats, but those are slow. So I think maybe that will also, when people listen to it, maybe
Calm
they'll-
them.
Yes. So
maybe later on people will even appreciate folk songs or even fusion.
yes, yes.
With your kind of food, I think.
Yeah.
So far we have not played those songs, but
Alright.
Even your interior is so
Yeah.
suiting for folk
definitely we'll
songs.
get into that also. Yeah.
Yes, Kenei, how would your creative interest shape the atmosphere as well as, I mean, your food identity also?
My food is mostly experimental. When I opened Glutton, my main goal was to use as much local produce as possible, so it's seasonal as well. We keep changing the menu according to the season. I
Could you
wanted,
give an example of a local food product?
yeah. So most of my food is fusion. It's not traditional. I wanted to modernize the Naga food. I think that's something that we need to work on
Wow.
to kind of advertise and make it more pleasing. Sometimes, when you have tourists coming over, the mere concept of just local food can be intimidating. So I wanted to promote it and make it more modern for the youths.
It's
I
like a
think.
bridge.
Yeah. So we have like our nishi ramen. So it's
Yeah.
like a cross between Japan and
Absolute best.
Naga. So for the broth, we use smoked pork and anishi.
Oh, okay.
I'm a regular customer for that, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we have our rice bowls, which is similar to our thali, traditional thali, but it's presented in a more modern way. So that was my main goal, and obviously it's still a very changeable, according to the season. So it's still a very growing menu, very experimental.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's very daring, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything to add, anybody?
Is the menu like just are the items the menu things that you come up with yourself?
Yeah, yeah. So every recipe is my own. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
How long does it take to come up with like one recipe?
It doesn't really take a lot I mean, it doesn't really take a long time. I'm constantly thinking about flavor combinations. I like to take my walks in the supermarket, see what is in season, and then when I see a new vegetable or a new fruit, then I start thinking about what's gonna go well with it, and so yeah.
Nice.
Nice, great.
Both of your stories are such an interesting contrast in a good sense.
That's right.
It's just a position
Something
of
new
like
all the time.
someone so well established and have built a community around it. You already have a lot of patrons in your business, and for you to come up with a new idea, with your fresh new idea, I mean, of course, that there is also a big challenge to that, right? Starting from scratch versus to build on something that has been there for such a long time. Whereas here, she had to take the risk a bet on the weather and the climate and whatever is there in the market. So she have to rely heavily on what's there. That's again a very daring move too, right? So very interesting contrast here.
And the fact that both of them have not at all trained in the food industry, but they are experimenting like this is appreciable. Nice.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, coming to Peteneinuo, how would you describe your cafe's food identity?
So in 90s Brew, we just serve some comfort and easy snacks that will go well with coffee and books.
I think she's also promoting a lot of local bakers, you know, like she has like cheesecake and
From the upper crust.
Right.
And then the other bakes are also local bakers,
All
home
right.
bakers.
All of you do, bake items, right? Or
I
how?
bake.
Okay, you bake.
I bake.
And what about Eatery Cafe? Is it? Yeah,
Yeah, in our cafes we have our own bakery in-house.
Bakery,
Yeah, so
Right.
so can I also ask a question?
Please.
I'm
Please,
here to
yeah.
assist you, so I'm trying to bring up with as
No,
many questions as
actually,
possible.
Sure, yeah. Both of us are the host. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Besides being the mentor.
So I mean, this is something we always struggle, or if not, we also enjoy at the same time. But there is always this thing about the food items that we give out there versus the culture we're trying to build around it. As I hear from you, you are not just another hotel on the roadside. You are trying to also build a culture. To what degree do you push the culture? Because when we push the culture, sometimes we had to compromise on the business side of it to some extent. Even if you're dying to sell certain food items which will make a lot of money, sometimes we cut them down because we want to protect the sanctity of the kind of culture we're trying to build around it, right? So any thoughts on that, and how do you balance it? Just want to learn from you. I'm here to extract more information, and perhaps even there are people out there listening like me who'd love to know more about how it's been done. So
Okay, I can start.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not a balance also, I'll say, but since we plan to stick to Naga food, so that is where we're standing. So we have friends also and other people also who suggest to us that since we are in Kohima and chow momo is the
Big
in
deal.
thing,
It's a big deal.
that's something everyone runs after. So we were also suggested many times to put that also in the menu, but then we want to stick to one thing. Like we don't want to stick to many theme, or I don't know how to say, but
confuses our own crowd.
yeah,
So makes sense.
just to be sure of what we are doing.
Yes, yes.
Sticking with it. So maybe because of that, we don't have many sales now, but we are hopeful that in the days to come, yeah, we'll do okay.
I think that there's two aspects here, right? One is the culture we're trying to build, and also the other side is to also protect the brand. Because when we start putting up everything on the table just because we want to keep the business afloat or thrive, in doing so we also step at our own back in terms of our brand.
Yes,
So
yes. So right now we are also short staff. Otherwise, I think Naga we have many tribes. So I think even to bring, even to add our menu, I think we can add so many.
Endless.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, so
I got
to
you.
add to the menu, there's no difficulty. But then
Acha.
we are short staff now, so other than we have to do exploration also, because we have certain dish unique to certain
Yeah.
tribe or
Right.
place. So we want to inculcate all that, but then yeah, I think we made our dream too big that we are
Absolutely. Barely.
struggling a little now, but then it's a good struggle also.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
exciting.
One advantage you have in terms of location is that they are located very next to the Duda. And they sell all sorts of Naga, locally sourced Naga food, like millets or whatever it is, right?
Mhm.
Do you buy from them also?
So far we have not visited them. Thanks
Oh,
for
is it?
mentioning. I forgot
Wow.
over there also.
There are so many local food items. So yes, you'll continue to buy from there, I'm sure.
Didn't occur to me also that they are there.
All right.
You know, something that I come to realize is like, I guess I never really saw Naga restaurants in Kohima. It's not something that I ever thought about, ever even visiting. And it occurs to me now, like, because I guess we eat it at home, we take it for granted. When we're outside, we so desperately look for restaurants that serve Naga food. But when we're here, it's not something that really occurred to me we didn't do. Actually, it was only after finding out about your restaurant that was something that occurred to me, and I was like, I've never eaten out to get Naga food. Yeah. So I think it's really awesome that you're doing that with such intention also behind it. Yeah, it's not something that I would have thought of, and yeah, I wonder how many discussions you or like who you might have spoken to actually be able to develop the idea as well.
Just me and
Wife.
my wife. Yeah, so thankfully we are both so into our own food. So
Okay.
yeah,
Wow.
so it was an easy decision to start, but yeah, to progress with it, to go with it, it's not easy, as you said. We all get it at home. So I think coming back to yours, how you're blending traditional Naga, and I think we also, in a way, we have to do that also. I think
In the recipe, is in the ingredients itself or in the way you present it?
maybe
Both?
in the recipe.
In the recipe itself?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Maybe not too. Something can be Naga, but I think we can also blend it with something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that kind of creativity, I don't have like yours, so it won't be easy to come up with that. But I think to attract the younger folks, I think we have to do a bit of that, like not just stay in Naga, but maybe a little transition also.
Even your Naga concept though, like I feel like I have never tasted food from other tribes except for like ones that perhaps my neighbors would every once in a while give me kind of thing. So I only really know Angami food. So to try from other tribes and stuff like that would be really exciting for me. And I think right now, because I'm quite a homebody as well, so it's hard for me to step out. But I think the first place I have to visit is the local harvest also.
These two. And come and give ideas also.
Yeah, I wish, Sir Colomero, the King Chile,
Yes.
I wish he's around in this kind of conversation.
Oh,
Because he's been doing for the longest time.
that is true.
Initially, the first immediate impulse that I got when I went to his restaurant serving Naga food, the platters just looked like Indian, the way it's being laid out, no? Or Manipuri dish, sort of. But when you actually look into the menu, they're just Nagas. So very interesting. And of course, the entire interior is like he brought in artifacts from the past.
Yeah.
And
Really.
so, yeah.
I mean, even her decor suits a little bit of the Naga flavor, but you have been mixing it up with other decor, right? Or
Yeah, a little bit.
Right.
Just adding some things, I think.
Not to compare, but in terms of how King Chile is also into Naga food.
Yes.
Yeah, and you are also definitely into local Naga food.
Yes.
So, yeah, which direction do you see yourself comparing with the King Chile?
I will say maybe I'm going towards our food only. Yeah. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, definitely, because I've been to the King Chile, but when I follow his work, it's like you have created a niche of your own, which definitely never occurred to me and never reminded me of King Chile, by the way. Now only it's just popping up because
Yes.
I just remembered Sir Colomero, and I thought he could also have some thing to share and help us,
He
actually.
has some very traditional food item also.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He'll be a big help.
Yeah. But the way you do things are completely different from the way it's been done
Yeah.
out there. If there is in any way he have built a philosophy around it, that everybody will, for instance, do Chinese, but not everyone will do the same way, right? So I see that both of them has got such, beautiful philosophy going on. So
Well, I think in that sense, we want our food to be more like home also, okay? Yeah. So we want people to come to our place and also get the feel of home.
much simpler,
Yeah,
comfort food,
so
sort of.
the inspiration also, or the creativity of our menu is mostly drawn from our kitchens. So we will love to, or in the future, we will love to speak to many mothers, because mothers are mostly cooks in our Naga culture, right?
That should be off the camera or what? I'm just kidding.
Can be. But yeah, so because every kitchen has a different, unique idea or days. So
Even if it's same tribe, no?
so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Live media, LED screens with broadcast by Highland Dawn Media. Live multi-camera HD video record and live projection to HD LED screen. Live streaming videos simultaneously to websites, YouTube, Facebook. Consistent, professional, reliable Nagaland and beyond media.
We have gained some insights, and now we've come to the middle of our discussion. In terms of our work here, the media work we do, we want to bring out the essence of the faith of our people also. And one way is that as entrepreneurs, we would like to know, how has your faith and relationship with God guided you in this journey, in your entrepreneurial journey?
I'll start.
Please.
So before I started this coffee shop, I had a lot of self-doubt, the fear of failure. What if it doesn't work out? All these questions
Very
come
valid.
to your head. But it was faith that gives you the confidence to go ahead, to push through. And prayer is also one thing that has been an anchor in my life. So every time you come to work, I'm reminded that my business is my mission. Every time, our mentors tell you that your work is worship and it's a mission, and God has been answering all the prayers, and from the start to till now, God has been so good to me, and then answering prayers, and letting you receive favors from people also. Taking the first step, that was the most difficult, but the most important. Taking the first step, doing something, you have to do your part, right? So taking the first step and then surrendering the outcome to God, and then He's been so faithful.
Indeed. That's a testimony, yeah.
I've definitely had God throughout the journey, and I've always believed in God's timing. So to be very honest, I did not expect to start my business so soon, because I was so young at the time. I thought, I would still need more experiences and even finance-wise, I wanted like a stable job where I could invest. But I just prayed, and God just opened doors for me, and it just started that way. To be completely blunt, I think I faced a lot of personal challenges as well throughout the journey, and there were so many times when my faith was questioned as well. I think it's very human to feel that way, and there were a lot of times where I felt like giving up, but God showed up in so many ways. He showed up as a friend, as a customer, giving me so many opportunities. He's always been so patient with me. So I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God.
You were saying God showing us as a customer or as a friend, and encouraging you in unexpected ways. Okay. Well, let's move on to Megosa.
Yeah, okay. I think we Nagas as Christians by default, I think we all look up to God whenever we venture into something. So that is also the first step for me, definitely. But I used to also watch many reels regarding business and whatnot. I don't remember the name. I'm bad at remembering names, but this lady entrepreneur, she is also a Christian. So she mentioned that the ideas that we have, the business ideas, it's also given by God. It's not us who came up with a good idea, or so. That really spoke to me. And that she also mentioned that whoever comes, the customers, it's all also sent by God. So that's my belief there. And there are days when we have no sales, and sometimes we are in a in a mode of needing money so much because we have no sales. But then at the right time, God provides again, as we all know, He's a provider. So we don't get extra, but then what we need, we do get through our customers. So yes, definitely relying on Him so much, on God. Yes.
Yeah. So Vime, you go next.
I think I'm somebody that is very anxious as well, and so I'm very afraid with every step that I take. I'm worried things will not work out. This process has kind of it's been a journey to learning to trust Him as well, and just being grateful for everything that has been given, because I feel very undeserving of the position that I'm in also. I think a lot of it was built up by my parents. I mean, all of it was built up by my parents, very honestly. So I feel very undeserving of the place I'm at. But I'm learning to have gratitude to God for the people that He gave in my life, including the people that are working in the restaurant. I think perhaps most specifically our manager, who when he serves so wholeheartedly, and the way that he interacts with customers and stuff like that. I've had a lot of people that come to me and they're like, your restaurant's running because of this guy, because the way he talks to people is just like so pleasant. So I learned how to be a better server through him as well, and I think I'm really learning to appreciate all of that as well, and I thank God for him. And just everybody that works there, I'm so grateful for everything that for every customer that walks in. I think I will learn to be more thankful to God as well. I think that's something that I'm coming to recognize through listening to you guys talk as well. It's like, of course, something that I was always grateful for to them, but to be grateful to God for them is something that perhaps I've been lacking in. So, I'm learning.
We want to be always learning, whatever age we were. And starting with when you are younger, and then even when you are old and grey, we need to be learning, and at the same time growing, right? At the same time growing in His knowledge, as well as the ethics which come along with our faith, and the morality and everything connected to it. And thank you for what you have shared. and we know that God will bless your faith, our faith, and as we keep on pressing toward the mark, so to say, we know that faith has sustained all of us, including you in your businesses, and we have been encouraged by sort of angels in disguise, and so God has surely placed all these people to come across in our lives.
I mean, I've so much to say, even when it comes to my own personal experience, my journey with God, my business and everything. But today I would like to speak from a little more general perspective. The first thing that comes to my head as I keep listening to all of you is to remind ourselves that we are all in God's garden and He has put us to work. And the question has always been in the beginning why God had to put Adam to work. Could have been just eat from the fruits that's just plentifully available. But I think the idea of God putting us to work is for a purpose. So in a lot of the interviews and conversations like this, when people ask how I managed to build a business, what kind of vision that I had, what was in my head when I casted the vision that I did, a lot actually that I've been missing, and later on in the later part of my journey running the business, I've come to a realization that actually my vision was not per se the vision. The vision actually came out of the purpose that God has put in my heart. And the purpose was simple, that is to glorify Him. So it looks like regardless of whether we are the owner or working under someone or shoulder to shoulder working with someone, we are all the same worker in the eyes of God. The point is just for His glory. So in a business world, we always find the challenge of segregating what is sacred and what is secular. And that's when we miss the point, especially as believers, when we do business. We are unable to connect our business back to the Sunday sermons. I think that's the biggest mistake we all made as a community, as Nagas, as believers generally. So I think the best way to look at it is not to segregate the secular and sacred, because everything is God's. So how do we translate the gospel into our business? Because we can't be preaching and doing praise and worship in front of the customer and all that. So I think it was Kenei and Pete, both of you have also mentioned about how we have to work as if we're working for God. So there are three types of businesses that exist in my mind as I talk about this one. The first one is the unethical business. So you wouldn't realize that it's pretty straightforward. Being unethical, they're wrong. They would source the ingredients. It's very easy especially as a Kenei, your entire menu rely on what's there in the market. You could also source from a very cheap, full of chemical, and you would sell it as an organic. Could happen to any one of us too, even in my industry too. I could just source a random coffee from elsewhere and say this is a specialty coffee from Nagaland. And I had to admit that at one point we ran out of coffee in Nagaland, and we do only Naga coffee. And since we're running out, I got the coffee from outside the state. I blended it and sold it as a Naga coffee. Because I still have the Naga coffee in it, I thought it is okay to still call it Naga coffee. And technically, yes. But as I begin to really truly understand from the standpoint of the gospel, will the gospel align with that? So in everything that I do should be driven by the gospel. Be it my marketing, be it my product, my R&D, the way I treat my team and the way we manage the business. And so I will come back to that.
With integrity.
With integrity. So the first one is the unethical, which is very clear. And I strongly believe that, at least in this group, we don't outrightly practice unethical practices. And the second one is the ethical one, which everybody does. Believers or not, it doesn't matter. We all practice ethical business. And the third one is what we call redemptive entrepreneurship. So there's a very thin line between the ethical business and the redemptive entrepreneurship, because ethical is all right, honorably, justice done in all sense. But we all know that not everything legal is right. I hope that makes sense. So there are some things that are so-called in the eyes of the world ethically correct, because by law it's all in place. You are compliant to all kind of legal compliances. And yet there is a very thin line, therefore, between the ethical business and the redemptive entrepreneurship. So
Very important point.
redemptive entrepreneurship is where we're not just doing the right thing. We pay the salaries of our employees on time. We use the right ingredients. We never lie. We do all the good stuff, right stuff, but also being intentional of unabashedly speaking about Christ and making Christ the center of the business. So what I touched base earlier, we don't get to preach to the customer. We don't do the present worship to the customer, but we can definitely, in everything that we do, even a simple post on Instagram, is it driven by the gospel? Or sometimes, I also love to share scriptures, even in my business too. Luke 1:37 is something I always love to share. And so in the initial part of my business, and even now, in a very small way, we write Luke 1:37 in our products. And the danger is that I have to keep on reminding myself that I should not be using scriptures, faith, to sell my product. On a lighter note, I would always say, I cannot put the face of Jesus Christ on my coffee package and sell it to you because you are a Christian, and if you don't buy, you don't love Jesus, So sometimes we could also abuse faith. We could also use God to get our job done. So being more intentional in the sense of, what if I go back to the gospel? Is it driven by the gospel? And the only way to do that seemed to be going back to reading the Word of God deliberately, intentionally, and in our marketing, in our simple posts on Instagram as we interact with the customer, to put things on perspective and in the interest of the younger viewers out there. How do we translate our gospel, our faith at work? Could be, for instance, in a cafe that we do, Bete and me, we are doing cafe. I don't know if you serve coffee. Do you serve coffee? Okay,
Not
for now,
at
just
that
to
level, yeah.
take the example of both of us. So let's say customer walked in last hour, and 5 of them, the milk could suffice a milk-based cappuccino only for 4 of them. But if I add a little bit of water in the milk, that could suffice 5 of them. And it doesn't, yes, for someone who is really a connoisseur would easily tell that the milk is a little off, the balance, the cream, and many things. But for most lay people, they wouldn't know. And for me, personally, I'm not really fuzzy about milk when it comes to coffee. Drink like a coffee, but anything milk-based, I'm not really finicky about it. So I could also just add water and light the customer and not even say anything. But the point is now my colleagues, my team, they're also watching me. I could tell my team that just put a little bit of water and serve. Versus the second option I have is I could also go and tell the customer that there are only 4, but if we add a little bit of water, it can suffice for all 5 of you. And that doesn't make a big difference. In that sense, I'm being very open and honest to the customer. Or the third option is, so sorry, we have only for 4. And they walk away, you lose all the business. So that's when the trickier part is, where we are confronted by, on the other hand, the dire need for us to take care of our expenditures as business owners, pay the rent and pay the salaries, and all of the tensions are brewing up in terms of monetary, the finances. In such cases, we are likely to just compromise our faith. So yes, it's between you and God, that is one thing, but also how do we manifest the gospel, the faith in our work is also to lead as a role model and let our own team watch each other. And also, in some cases, even the customer will witness. So there are many examples as such, where there is a difference between ethical and, because I won't talk about the unethical because I believe very less of us here would practice, but the danger is ethical versus the redemptive entrepreneurship, where redemptive entrepreneurship is driven by the gospel in itself. I've taken a lot of time, but yeah, just wanted to share that.
That's very much needed. We need to know more about it actually, because there's, like you said, a thin line, and most people are not really aware also. We think ethical is redemptive or spiritual. So anyways, thank you for bringing that out.
You know, when we talk about faith and work, I can't help but keep quoting Martin Luther, who said, a good Christian shoemaker doesn't make small little crosses and put in the shoes to sell, but make a good shoe, a pair of shoes, because God is interested in craftsmanship, a good craftsmanship. And as we keep on understanding the whole idea of God putting us to work, I think it only makes sense. And for me, that helped me big time in my business as well. Where, you know, in the initial years of my business, I was pursuing perfection. You know, the small little creases in the box, if anything pops out, I just crash and throw it. I'm like, you know, I'm inspired. I'm a big fan of Steve Jobs. So I tried to pursue perfectionism, and that almost killed me. And nobody could work with me because of that. And everybody knows me from the past years that I am a perfectionist. I'm no more a perfectionist. It's a revelation from God that, you know, the perfectionism is from the devil and excellence is from God. And I am to pursue excellence, because excellence is beautiful. It's very full of life in every stage. For instance, a painter starts painting, Kenei paints. So in every stage, it's excellent. It doesn't have to be perfect, because if you understand the original meaning, word meaning of the perfect, it means complete actually. So there's nothing such as complete. It's a very relative term. What is complete for you is not complete for me. I would say this is perfect for me. This cup of tea is perfect for me, but somebody would say I would prefer a little colder. It's always very relative. So and then once the painter finished the painting, it's never like complete, right? You feel like there could be one last stroke. Something could have. And I love designing dresses, men's wear. What I wear mostly is my own design. And even after having everything done, I feel like I could have done something more, you know? So that kind of tells us that there's nothing such as like perfect, complete. And we human beings pursuing that, it's rather foolishness, because it's never going to happen. And it is something you don't want, and what you despise, you cannot pursue. So excellence from God, perfectionism from the devil.
That's right. Talking in terms of our media work, even when we do editing, you know, like there's a whole lot of things, so many details. So when we put it together, there's still always something which we can improve.
Right,
we are not satisfied, but still then we have to excel towards it, right? And we have to think that that's good enough actually. Good enough is not excellent, but even in terms of our faith, I think we many times we think that we don't reach the mark. We are not up to the mark. We are not worthy enough to get some things done, right? So that is also a struggle all of us have to face, because if we are called to do something, and if God has given us the calling in your business or in our media, then we really have to keep on striving to press on by faith, right? Because it is only through His redemption and through His sacrifice for us that we are worthy, that we are made worthy to press on, to do our work. So anyways, I've kind of perhaps deviated from what we need to say, but thank you for sharing from your heart. Faith is really an important thing for us. We want to really bring that out for our young people also, because in terms of living life also, without faith it's very difficult. It's impossible, I should say.
Faith is something that is really important for our generation now. Even the kind of quality of human that we are producing as a community of believers, it's very concerning in that sense, starting from people like us who claim to be a Christian, but you know, oftentimes a big disgrace to the community in itself. So I have some burden or some thought that I just want to quickly share. One is, I mean, since we have already spoken about, I have spoken about how, and sort of mentioned about the grace, it's by grace alone. And our part is, I think we need to be very careful where, in a Christian environment, we are all forgiving and we compromise. So, and therefore, it's a reminder not to compromise on our work. God surely takes interest in good work. That's the one thing that I really want to put across. And another thing in our society right now, the entire Northeast, but also let's take the example of Nagaland. The ones that are thriving financially, career-wise, in terms of fame, oftentimes I want to be very careful, but let's put it this way. What if they are the corrupt ones? If the corrupt ones become successful, then our younger generation, without even thinking, we pursue, we make them our role model. So it is important for us believers who unabashedly speak about Christ in our business to do well, be it branding, marketing, skills. Not everyone is gifted to scale up the business in crores, but it doesn't matter what form that is. The way you do food is so inspiring. The way you have crafted the whole Naga food around your business itself is so inspiring. We can see a little Garden of Eden, which God have originally intended us to dwell in. So that kind of inspiration reflects God's own character, right? So it could be in that sense, skill, branding skill, your whatever vision that is. And God willing, even financially, because if we don't do financially well, if we don't do, if our brand don't stand out, then very likely the younger generation, including us actually, would aspire to be like them. So we don't want the corrupt people to role model our younger generation. We want God-fearing people also do well, God willing, so that they will model our generation, younger generation. Yeah. Okay. So it's a prayer, not like a suggestion or something. It's a prayer.
Indeed, it is. We should be praying about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to add to that also, like I think it's good that we are bringing in this discussion also in our talk. And usually, as a youngster, as I grew up, to do God's work is mostly missionary work. Apart from that, it's we feel like we aren't doing God's work.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I think you're getting me.
Yes,
So
absolutely. Yes.
we grew up in that kind of environment. So I think even no one to tell the church, but then I think church also should now talk about this also in the church. Like wherever you are placed, I think we can do great wonders. So yeah, of course, missionary work is very much needed. It's very important, but I think not everyone is cut out for that. So I think it's a good thing that we discussed that deeply. I think
So true. The harvest is plenty, but workers are few. And if we think of that, just to rely on church workers and theologians, I mean, it doesn't make any sense, right? So I think all of us are called to be out there, I guess. So challenge to myself.
Yeah, even a challenge to ourselves, because we also aspire to reach out to, not preaching to the choir in the sense, always showing programs for the Christians, but we may be making programs for the secular people, non-Christians, and people like that. So that also has been a challenge for us also, to be able to attract secular viewers to watch programs, right? So thank you for all that you've shared, and we'll go on to the next question. We still have some more questions to go. So now, starting from Vime, can you share with us meaningful milestone or achievement which you have had in your life, and what does it mean to you? I know you've started out very recently, but still if you have.
Yeah, I have started out very recently. So I don't know if there's a lot I can say on that, but one thing that I'm very grateful for would be my parents' achievement in consistency, because when hard times came, I knew there were times when they wanted to give up as well. Perhaps especially when my dad passed away, I don't think my mother was sure if she wanted to continue the business, but she decided to push on because I think because of her kids as well, because we didn't want that to be forgotten as well, something he started to be forgotten. And then now, yeah, I'm just trying to expand on the demographic a little bit, and I'm just working on that. I haven't figured out all the steps yet, but yeah, I think the events seem to bring in a few younger customers, so I was pretty excited about that, yeah. So it's maybe not that big, but it's something that's been very exciting for me, I think.
It's more than the events, because if you say events, it's like just 3 times.
Just twice so far.
But I think it's the vision that you are casting from out of the little events. That's the best part of it.
Thank you for sharing that. Whatever achievement, small or big, is like a stepping stone, so please don't be discouraged. Go ahead, I should say.
Our establishment also has just been a year now, so financial wise can't really say it's a success, but then just looking at our customers, we get more of family customers, family dinner, so even young and old, babies, toddlers, they all come as a family, so I think that is a big achievement for us to be able to do that. And also we try to promote herbs or whichever can be had just now, like without cooking. So we have a small garden where customers can go and pluck and have. So somehow people are liking that idea so much. So I think that is also a success, I'll say. So yeah, not monetary wise, but on that side, sort of achieved. Yeah.